The Amazon isn't just a jungle, it's the planet's lung, a vast, breathing world of its own. Imagine a place so immense it could swallow entire countries whole, a colossal green ocean stretching across a continent. This is a land of raw, untamed power. The air is thick, heavy with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers you've never seen. Every sound, from the distant roar of a howler monkey to the buzz of an unseen insect, tells a story of survival. It's a place that commands respect. You don't conquer the Amazon, you learn to move with its rhythm, to listen to its whispers, or you simply won't make it out. It's the ultimate test of human endurance and spirit. This is a world built on an epic scale. The Amazon River itself is not just a river, it's a moving sea, a labyrinth of thousands of tributaries carrying more water than the next 10 largest rivers combined. Its sheer force carves the landscape, feeding the forest and shaping the lives of everything within it. The canopy above is so dense that in some places, the forest floor lives in a permanent twilight, and a single drop of rain can take 10 minutes to reach the ground. This immense ecosystem generates its own weather, a cycle of life, death, and rebirth that has been turning for millions of years. It's a self-contained universe, a living, breathing entity that holds the key to so much of our planet's health. The mystery of the Amazon is palpable. You feel it the moment you step under the canopy's shade. It's in the unmapped territories, the places where satellite images show nothing but an unbroken blanket of green. What secrets lie beneath? What creatures? What plants? What lost histories are still waiting to be found? For every species we have identified, scientists believe there are dozens, maybe hundreds more that remain unknown. It's a constant reminder that for all our modern technology and knowledge, our map of the world still has vast empty spaces. The jungle guards its secrets well, and it doesn't give them up easily. This is a place of beautiful contradictions. It's incredibly resilient yet fragile. It is a source of immense life, but also home to some of the most efficient predators on Earth. The Amazon challenges you. It pushes you to your limits, but it also rewards you with sights and experiences that will stay with you forever. The sheer scale of its biodiversity is mind-boggling, a living library of evolution's greatest experiments. To understand the Amazon is to understand something fundamental about the raw power of nature itself. It's a humbling and awe-inspiring world, and one that demands our utmost respect and protection. Long before any outsider ever set foot in this green labyrinth, the Amazon was a managed world, a home. For thousands of years, sophisticated indigenous civilizations thrived here. These weren't just simple hunter-gatherer tribes. They were skilled engineers, farmers, and astronomers who understood the jungle's deepest secrets. They didn't just survive in the forest, they shaped it. They created vast networks of causeways, canals, and settlements, some of which we are only just rediscovering today with modern technology. They knew which plants could heal, which could feed, and which could kill. The forest was their supermarket, their pharmacy, and their temple, all in one. These ancient peoples practiced a form of agriculture that was incredibly advanced and sustainable. Instead of clearing huge swathes of land, they cultivated forest gardens, enriching the soil with charcoal and organic waste to create what is now known as terra preta, or black earth. This incredibly fertile soil allowed them to support large populations without destroying the ecosystem. They planted Brazil nut trees, cacao, and countless other species in a way that mimicked the natural diversity of the forest. They weren't fighting against the jungle. They were working with it, enhancing its richness in a partnership that lasted for millennia. Their relationship with wildlife was one of deep respect and intricate knowledge. They were the original masters of tracking and hunting. They understood the habits of the jaguar, the movements of the peccary herds, and the life cycle of the giant river turtles. Hunting was not a sport. It was a sacred act, governed by rules and rituals that ensured the animal populations remained healthy. They saw the animals not as mere resources, but as fellow inhabitants of their world, powerful spirits that could be allies or adversaries. This spiritual connection guided their every interaction, fostering a balance that we are still struggling to understand. These civilizations show us that a different way of living is possible. They prove that humanity can exist within a complex ecosystem, not as a destructive force, but as a custodial one. The remnants of their cities, the patches of enriched soil, and the very distribution of plant species in the Amazon today are a testament to their incredible legacy. They were the true pioneers of the Amazon, and their knowledge, passed down through generations, represents an invaluable library of sustainable living. Their story is a powerful reminder that the jungle we see today is not entirely wild, but is, in part, a garden nurtured by human hands for centuries. When the first European explorers pushed their way into the Amazon basin, they weren't looking for new species or ecological wonders. They were driven by legends, by feverish dreams of gold. They had heard tales of El Dorado, a lost city of unimaginable wealth hidden deep within the jungle's heart. These men were tough, hardened by conflict, but they were utterly unprepared for the reality of the Amazon. They expected a challenge, but what they found was a living, breathing opponent that fought them at every single turn. Their heavy armor rusted in the humidity, their supplies rotted, and their bodies were ravaged by diseases they had never encountered. The jungle was a relentless adversary. Every step was a battle. They hacked their way through thick undergrowth with machetes, only to have the path close up behind them in days. They were tormented by insects they couldn't see, swarms of mosquitoes that carried malaria and yellow fever, and tiny flies that laid eggs under their skin. The constant dampness led to infections and foot rot. The unfamiliar sounds of the night preyed on their minds, the roars of jaguars and the strange cries of unseen creatures filling them with a primal fear. They were explorers in a world that actively resisted their presence, a world for which their maps and compasses were woefully inadequate. Their quest for gold often turned into a desperate struggle for survival. Food was a constant obsession. They didn't know which fruits were safe to eat, which fish were poisonous, or how to hunt the local game. Many starved, surrounded by an abundance of life they couldn't access. They pushed up rivers against powerful currents, their wooden boats battered by debris and threatened by rapids. They were completely at the mercy of the environment, and the jungle showed no mercy. Many expeditions vanished without a trace, swallowed by the immense green wilderness, their stories becoming just another one of the Amazon's many secrets. Despite the immense hardship, these early expeditions made the first tentative marks on the world map, bringing back fragmented stories of what they had seen. They spoke of giant snakes, rivers that boiled, and tribes of fierce warriors. While their search for El Dorado was a failure, their journeys sparked a fascination with the Amazon that would endure for centuries. They were the first to report on the sheer scale of the river and the forest, planting the seeds of curiosity that would later draw scientists and naturalists to this incredible, dangerous, and mysterious world. Their suffering opened the door, just a crack, to one of the last truly wild places on Earth. After the age of conquistadors faded, a new type of explorer ventured into the Amazon. These weren't men seeking gold, they were seeking knowledge. Naturalists and scientists like Alexander von Humboldt and Alfred Russel Wallace arrived in the 19th century, armed not with swords, but with butterfly nets, specimen jars, and an insatiable curiosity. They were the pioneers of scientific exploration, and the Amazon was their ultimate frontier. They were overwhelmed by what they found. It was a world teeming with a diversity of life that defied imagination, a living laboratory of evolution happening right before their eyes. Their work was painstaking and perilous. They spent years, sometimes decades, living in remote outposts, collecting thousands of specimens of plants, insects, and animals. They battled the same diseases and dangers as the explorers before them, but their drive was different. Every new beetle with an iridescent shell, every orchid with an impossibly complex flower, Every brightly colored frog was a piece of a grand puzzle they were trying to solve. Wallace, while collecting in the Amazon, famously developed his own theory of evolution by natural selection independently of Charles Darwin. The sheer variety and competition for survival in the jungle provided irrefutable evidence for their groundbreaking ideas. The discoveries they made were staggering. They catalogued species that seemed to come from another world. Monkeys so small they could fit in a pocket, fish that could breathe air, and insects that perfectly mimicked leaves and twigs. They sent crates of specimens back to museums in Europe, astounding the scientific community and the public alike. The Amazon was revealed not as a monotonous green expanse, but as an incredibly complex tapestry of interconnected ecosystems, each with its own unique inhabitants. They laid the foundation for our modern understanding of biodiversity and ecology, and their journals are still read today for their vivid descriptions and brilliant insights. This era of exploration proved that the Amazon's true treasure wasn't gold, but life itself. The sheer number of species was, and still is, mind-boggling. It's estimated that the region is home to 10% of all known species on Earth. A single hectare of Amazon rainforest can contain more tree species than all of North America. These early scientists were the first to truly grasp this immense biological wealth. They opened the world's eyes to the Amazon's importance as a cradle of life, a place of unparalleled evolutionary creativity, and their work ignited a passion for understanding and preserving this natural wonder that continues to drive research today. In the Amazon, survival is a full-time job, and the shadows are ruled by masters of the hunt. None is more powerful, more mythic than the jaguar. This is not just a big cat. It's the apex predator of an entire continent, a ghost of the forest. With a rosette-spotted coat that makes it nearly invisible in the dappled jungle light, the jaguar moves with silent confidence. It is a creature of immense power, with a bite force that can crush the skull of a caiman or the shell of a river turtle. Unlike many other big cats, it is a superb swimmer, equally at home in the water as it is on land, hunting prey in the rivers with terrifying efficiency. Then there is the master of constriction, the green anaconda. This is a snake of legendary proportions, one of the heaviest in the world, a muscular titan of the swamps and slow-moving rivers. It spends most of its life in the water, with just its eyes and nostrils breaking the surface, waiting patiently. When prey, a capybara, a deer, or even a caiman, comes to drink, the anaconda strikes with explosive speed. It doesn't use venom. Its power is pure, brute force. It coils its massive body around its victim, and with every exhale, the snake tightens its grip until the fight is over. It's a primal display of raw strength. The anaconda's world is a brutal one, and sometimes the predator becomes the prey in a shocking twist of nature. There have been rare but documented cases of anacondas eating other snakes, a behavior known as ophiophagy. Even more astonishing are the accounts of cannibalism, where a large anaconda, usually a female, will consume a smaller male. This might happen after mating or during times of extreme hunger. It's a chilling reminder that in the Amazon, the drive to survive overrides everything. It's a tough world, and you take your calories where you can get them, even if it means preying on your own kind. Poison is another weapon in the jungle's arsenal, and few wield it more beautifully or effectively than the poison dart frog. These tiny amphibians are jewels of the forest floor, painted in brilliant blues, yellows, and reds. But their color is not for show. It's a warning sign. Don't touch me. Their skin secretes a potent cocktail of toxins, some of the most powerful natural poisons known to man. Indigenous hunters have for centuries carefully brushed the tips of their blowgun darts against the frogs' backs, creating a weapon capable of bringing down large prey. These tiny, dazzling creatures are living proof that in the Amazon, danger doesn't always come in a large package. The Amazon River and its tributaries may look calm on the surface, But beneath the murky water lies a world of specialized and formidable predators. It's a place where you must think twice before dipping even a hand in. One of the most bizarre and feared creatures is the electric eel. It's not actually an eel, but a type of knife fish, and it has a superpower that would put a comic book villain to shame. It can generate powerful electric shocks of up to 860 volts to stun its prey and defend itself. That's more than enough to knock a person off their feet, and if they fall into the water, lead to drowning. It's a living, swimming power line. Then there's the creature with the most fearsome reputation of all, the piranha. The name alone conjures up images of a feeding frenzy, of skeletons picked clean in seconds. While their reputation is often exaggerated by movies, a school of red-bellied piranhas is absolutely a force to be reckoned with. They are opportunistic scavengers and predators, equipped with a single row of interlocking razor-sharp teeth. During the dry season, when food is scarce, and they become trapped in shrinking pools, they can become much more aggressive. A large animal that is injured or struggling in the water can attract a school, and their powerful bites can strip flesh from bone with frightening speed. These river predators are masters of their environment. The black caiman, a larger and more formidable cousin of the American alligator, is the king of the Amazon's waterways. Growing up to 5 meters long, it's an apex predator that will eat almost anything it can overpower, including fish, monkeys, and even jaguars on rare occasions. They are masters of the ambush, lying motionless in the water, looking like a floating log, until an unsuspecting animal comes within range. With a sudden, explosive burst of speed, they drag their prey underwater. Navigating these rivers at night is a nerve-wracking experience, as their eyes glow red in the beam of a flashlight. Even the smallest creatures can pose a significant threat. The kangaroo, a tiny parasitic catfish, is perhaps the most dreaded of all. It is attracted to the ammonia released from the gills of larger fish, and it swims inside to feed on their blood, using sharp spines to anchor itself in place. Infamously, there are stories of the kangaroo mistaking the urea from human urination for a fish's gills and attempting to swim up the urethra. While incredibly rare, the possibility is enough to make anyone heed the local advice: never urinate in the river. It's a stark reminder that in the Amazon, danger comes in all shapes and sizes. The line between the Amazon River and the Atlantic Ocean is not as clear-cut as you might think. The river's immense freshwater plume pushes hundreds of kilometers out to sea, creating a unique transitional zone where two worlds collide. What's fascinating is how evolution has equipped creatures in both environments with similar tools for survival. The piranha, with its razor-sharp teeth designed for shearing flesh, has a marine counterpart. Think of the barracuda or certain species of shark. They all evolved a similar solution: incredibly sharp, efficient teeth, to solve the same problem: how to quickly and effectively disable and consume prey in a fluid, fast-moving environment. Consider the defensive strategies. The electric eel generates a powerful electrical field to stun prey and deter predators in the murky Amazonian waters where visibility is low. Out in the nearby ocean, you find electric rays. These flat-bottomed dwelling creatures use a nearly identical method. They can deliver a powerful jolt to any fish or person that gets too close. It's a brilliant example of convergent evolution. Two completely different animals in two different aquatic worlds, developing the same incredible superpower because it's just that effective. Electricity is a language that every creature understands, whether in freshwater or saltwater. Camouflage is another shared tactic, essential for both ambush predators and their potential prey. In the Amazon, a leaf fish drifts motionlessly in the current, perfectly mimicking a dead leaf to avoid detection. In the ocean, just off the coast, a stonefish lies half buried in the sand, its mottled skin making it indistinguishable from the surrounding rocks and coral rubble. Both creatures have mastered the art of disguise to get close to their meals and to hide from bigger threats. The principle is the same. If they can't see you, they can't eat you, and you have a better chance of catching your own dinner. Even the giants of these two realms share common ground. The Amazon's black caiman is a master ambush predator, a heavily armored reptile that rules the riverbanks. Its marine equivalent is the saltwater crocodile, which can be found in coastal areas not far from the Amazon's mouth. Both are apex reptilian predators, using their immense size, powerful jaws, and patient, stealthy tactics to dominate their respective habitats. They are living fossils, perfect killing machines, sculpted by millions of years of evolution. Whether in the muddy river or the salty estuary, the rules of the game are the same. Be strong, be patient, and strike without warning. Today, the exploration of the Amazon has transformed. The days of hacking through the jungle with a machete as the primary tool are not over, but they are now supported by incredible technology. Scientists use drones to map the canopy from above, revealing the health of the forest and tracking the movements of animal groups without disturbing them. High-resolution satellite imagery allows us to see the devastating scale of deforestation, but it also helps us identify potential archaeological sites, revealing the faint outlines of ancient earthworks hidden for centuries beneath the trees. It's a new kind of exploration, one that combines rugged fieldwork with cutting-edge data. We are also listening to the jungle in ways we never could before. Researchers place networks of acoustic sensors throughout the forest, recording the soundscape 24/7. Using artificial intelligence, they can analyze these sounds to identify the calls of different species of birds, frogs, and monkeys. This gives them a powerful, non-invasive way to monitor the health of animal populations and detect changes in their behavior. It's like having thousands of ears all over the jungle, listening for the faintest whispers of change. This technology helps us understand the intricate web of life and the impact of human activity on it. Camera traps have revolutionized the study of the Amazon's most elusive wildlife. These rugged, motion-activated cameras are our eyes in the forest when we're not there. They have given us unprecedented glimpses into the secret lives of animals like jaguars, ocelots, and giant anteaters. We see them hunting, raising their young, and interacting with each other in ways that were previously unknown. Every photo and video clip is a valuable piece of data, helping scientists estimate population sizes, understand territorial ranges, and advocate for the protection of critical habitats. These cameras are the silent storytellers of the jungle floor. Conservation is now at the heart of modern exploration. Scientists work hand in hand with indigenous communities, combining modern scientific techniques with traditional ecological knowledge that has been passed down for generations. This partnership is vital. The people who have lived in the Amazon for millennia hold the key to many of its secrets and are its most effective guardians. The goal is no longer to conquer or exploit the jungle, but to understand it, to protect its incredible biodiversity, and to ensure that it can continue to thrive for centuries to come. The new age of discovery is an age of responsibility. Even with all our modern technology, the Amazon remains a place of profound mystery. It still holds secrets in its deepest, most inaccessible corners. Every year, scientific expeditions continue to discover species that are entirely new to science. New insects, new frogs, new plants, and sometimes even new mammals. We have only scratched the surface. There are likely entire ecosystems, perhaps thriving around hidden waterfalls or in isolated treetop worlds that we know nothing about. The jungle's vastness is its greatest shield, a green cloak that still conceals wonders beyond our imagination. The age of discovery in the Amazon is far from over. This living world is not just a collection of trees and animals. It is a critical component of our planet's operating system. The Amazon plays a huge role in regulating global climate patterns, storing massive amounts of carbon that would otherwise be in the atmosphere. The water vapor it releases into the air influences rainfall thousands of kilometers away. Its biodiversity is a living library of genetic information, holding potential cures for diseases and solutions to agricultural challenges. Protecting the Amazon isn't just about saving jaguars and monkeys, it's about maintaining the stability of the entire planet. It's about saving ourselves. But this incredible world is facing an unprecedented threat. Deforestation, driven by illegal logging, mining, and agriculture, is tearing holes in this vital ecosystem at an alarming rate. Every minute, a huge area of this ancient forest vanishes forever, taking with it irreplaceable species and disrupting a delicate balance that has existed for millions of years. We are at a critical tipping point. If we lose too much more, the forest may not be able to sustain itself, and the consequences for the global climate and biodiversity would be catastrophic. The fight to save the Amazon is one of the most important battles of our time. The future of the Amazon depends on us. It requires a global commitment to conservation, supporting the indigenous communities who are its frontline defenders, and making conscious choices that reduce our impact on the planet. The Amazon is a testament to the raw power and beauty of nature. It's the ultimate survival challenge, a world of danger and wonder that has tested humanity for centuries. Now, it is our turn to ensure its survival. The greatest secret the Amazon holds may not be a lost city or a new species, but the lesson that this wild, magnificent, and irreplaceable world is worth protecting at all costs.